Hello and welcome back. So this is lesson 2 of Joomla 2.5 training. In this training we will learn how to install Joomla. Alright. This is a note to viewers and participants. You can quickly read and go through it. I'll skip that. Alright, so the installation, as I explained in the first class, it involves 2 steps. First step is you need to install XAMPP, which contains 3 things in it: an Apache web server, MySQL database, and PHP. Then you need to install Joomla 2.5 itself, okay, which again consists of installing Joomla plus some few other parts wherein you need to create a new database for your website and then a sample database for kind of like learning and testing purposes. Okay, so let's get started with installation. Now, as I was showing you in the first class, the installation, it consists of a number of steps. So I thought it's a good idea that I place it in a process map. So it starts with downloading XAMPP, unzip and install XAMPP, then download Joomla, unzip and install Joomla. Then there are 2 services that needs to be started, which is an Apache web service and a database service. And finally, check the front end of Joomla and the back end of Joomla to make sure they're working. So to execute this installation process flow, we need to first start with downloading XAMPP. So let's do that now. Where to download XAMPP from? You can download XAMPP from this place. Okay. Now, as it is said, XAMPP 1.7.3 is a stable version, and you can download it from here. Alternatively, you can download it from here, which contains the latest version. Okay. So what I'll do it is I will simply go to this place, XAMPP and files. Let me just download it from here. Okay. Click on this link, or in your case you can simply type it on the browser. Look, here, XAMPP for Windows. Now here you can find all the latest versions. So either you can install 1.7.3 or you can install the latest version. I see a lot of people are downloading the latest version. That motivates me to download the latest version as well. So let me do this. Let me just download the latest version as well. 1.7.7. Click on that. Takes you onto this page. Now there are various ways of installing it. Either you can simply download a zip file, or alternatively there is an installer that comes with it, which installs it automatically. So as you would see in this link, click on this link, XAMPP Windows 32 1.7.7 VC9 installer.exe. So I click on this. Now it says your installer will start very shortly. So as you would see, it asks me to download this file. Yes, I will save it. Save it on some folder in your file system in your computer. Okay, so when I hit on this save, my computer is configured to save it automatically in my downloads folder. Okay, if you want to save it somewhere else, then you can specify it, the folder out here, using save as button. So I simply hit the save button now. So look, It's downloading. It's very fast. It doesn't take long to download it. Okay, so might be another few minutes. So as you would see, we are almost done with downloading XAMPP. Look at the bottom. So it's all done now. Okay, now what we'll need to do it is, as a next step, we have downloaded it, now we need to install it. So let's go back to the presentation and see if that's the step. Yes, that's the step out here. We've downloaded, then we need to install it. So go back to the place where you have downloaded it. In my case, I've downloaded it in my downloads folder, right? That's what I've just downloaded it. Simply double click on that and it asks you whether you want to run it. Yes, I want to run it. Asks you to select a default language. So in my case it's English, but if it's another language then you're free to choose that. Hit on the OK button after you choose it. The user account control is deactivated on your system. Recommended. Please note, a later activation of UAC can restrict functionality of XAMPP. So simply click on OK. Simply ignore this for the moment. Now hit on the next button. Make sure this folder is always C drive XAMPP, or if your default drive wherein Windows is installed is say D drive, then it should start with D drive. So make sure this is always the folder in your main drive. Okay, so automatically it chooses the folder. I won't change it, let it be as it is, C drive XAMPP. Okay, hit the next button. Create an XAMPP desktop icon. Start menu. Service selection. It asks me for a couple of things. Okay, let me install Apache as a service, install MySQL as a service, install FileZilla as a service. So what does it mean, installing as a service? If you're aware of your system in Windows, you will have a concept called as services. So if you install it as a service, then Apache, or nothing but your web server, gets installed it in Windows services as a unique service. So you can start Apache web server or database as a service. Okay, so in this case, let me I have clicked everything to install it as a service. Hit on the install button. Look, it's installing now. It's very fast. As I said, it just takes half a minute to install everything. Okay, it's still installing it and almost done. Alright, so leave it everything happening by default. Now it's installed. Hit on the finish button and the installation is complete. Still checking something. Look, the service is installed. And the service MySQL is also installed. So everything is done. Service installation of Apache and MySQL database is also installed. Okay, now what it's saying is, in order to control these services, there is something called as an XAMPP control panel, wherein you can manage these services. So what is this control panel? Okay, now what I do it is I hit on the OK button, and then I will show you what is XAMPP control panel, wherein you can manage these services. Okay, hit on the OK button. So the installation was successful. Click on yes, wherein it says start XAMPP control panel now. So hit on yes, and that's what is XAMPP control panel, wherein you can see Apache, the service is running, MySQL, the service is running, and FileZilla, the service is running. Okay, now we will go and talk about more about Apache, MySQL, FileZilla as we go on later in the course, but for the moment just leave it as it is. Now this control panel, the service actually lies in the place where you install XAMPP. So let's go and have a look where it is lying. So go to C drive, XAMPP, then here scroll down, and that's where your XAMPP control is the service which controls the control panel. So for my ease of use for this service, I would create a shortcut on my desktop for this. Okay, so I say just copy this. Okay, go to the desktop. Okay, let's go to the desktop. Okay, hold on. Yeah, here what I just copied it, simply right click and hit on paste shortcut. So what will happen is it will paste a link to that control panel. So every time I restart my computer, I don't have to go so long path in C drive, XAMPP, and start the control service. I can simply go to the desktop and quickly restart it. Okay, so that's kind of ease of use. By that, let's go back to our presentation and see what's the next step. Okay, so we were here. We have installed XAMPP, accept all the default, check the control panel to make sure Apache and MySQL services are running. Indeed, they are running. Finally, test your installation. In order to test your installation, you must type http://localhost, and there will be a welcome page. Let's test our XAMPP installation. So for you to do that, you need to go to the browser. So here is my browser. Open a new page and type here http://localhost. That's what it is. So that means that it's working. Okay, there are options out here. If you want to explore it further, click on English. It takes you to the welcome page. Welcome to XAMPP for Windows. Congratulations, you have successfully installed XAMPP on this system. So it confirms that the installation of XAMPP. So what's next? I go back to the previous step of process flow. So we have successfully installed XAMPP. The next step is download Joomla, install Joomla, and unzip Joomla. Okay, download and unzip it. So as a next step, I have written the detailed steps out here for downloading and installing Joomla. Now what we need to do it says that for downloading and installing Joomla, the first step is create a new folder for Joomla site installation in cprompt xampp htdocs folder. So let's go to cprompt xampp htdocs. So cprompt xampp htdocs. Okay, you need to create a new folder here. Now what should be the folder name? Go back to the presentation. In this example, I have named it as freeoracletrainings.com. Now The folder name should ideally be the name of your website that you're planning to create. So say for example, if you're planning to create a website called as say my career in ERP, so you should name your folder as my career in ERP. You don't have to name it .com. Okay, don't use .com in your folder. Simply name it your website name, everything without the .com. Okay, if your website name is xyz.com, then simply use xyz as your folder name. So in this case I will use free Oracle trainings as my folder name, because my plan is to create a website for freeoracletrainings.com, as simple as that. Okay, so I come to C prompt xampp htdocs folder, as you could see on the top of the screen. Here right click, go to new, browse to the folder, create a new folder, ask me for a name. Here you type free oracle trainings.com. Sorry, not .com, only free Oracle trainings, right? Hit on enter. That's how a new folder is created. Okay, let's go to the next step. The next step is download Joomla 2.5 from the following link: http://www.joomla.org. So go to your browser, download it. Go here, say yeah, this one, joomla.org. So it brings us to the Joomla.org website. Hit on the download button. It leads me to a Joomla website. Now either you can download the latest file, okay, or you can download previous versions of Joomla. What I've done it is, at this point of time I would download a previous version of Joomla, which is 2.5.4, which I've been using it for a while now. So I say download under 2.5.x packages. Clicked on that link and it gave me a number of links out here. Hold on, 2.5.6. Alright, let's do one thing. Let's download this. Okay, I think I was using 2.5.6, not 2.5.4. Okay, so let me just download this. Hit on Joomla 2.5.6 stable full package.zip. Okay, so what it will do, again the same process, it will download it on your downloads folder. So save it. It's very fast, as you could see. So it's just downloaded it. So I go back to my downloads folder. Here click on that and that's the folder we downloaded. So let's go back to the presentation to understand what's the next step. The next step is extract the downloaded zip file in the folder you have created in step 1 above. So whatever folder name you have given, you should extract the contents of the Joomla out there. So in my case I've used the folder freeoracletrainings.com, so I need to extract it to this folder. So go here to the downloaded file, double click on that, and then click on extract to, and that's where choose the folder C prompt xampp htdocs free Oracle trainings. That's what I have given it, right? In your case, whatever folder name you have given, you must choose that. Hit on the OK button and it will extract all these files out there. Look at this, it's extracting it. It's extracted. After extraction, close this and let's go to that folder C drive xampp htdocs free Oracle trainings and see if things have been extracted, and look, it's everything has been extracted here. Let's go back to my presentation. So the next step is starting Apache and database service. I think we have already done that. Okay, check HTTP localhost. We have done that one as well. Okay, the next step is creating the database, installing the database, checking the backend, and checking the front end. So what I'll do that is I will do it as a part of our next class. Okay, so we'll continue this lesson in our next class. That's where I will show you how to test your Joomla installation. So thanks for watching. Goodbye.